I got a tip for you right here. Hey guys, welcome back to 5nothing100nothing.com. I am Bucket! That stands for the fittest underdog guru using intelligent tactics. Alright guys, I got a tip for you right here. Here's what we got, guys. I got a revelation for you. Baby steps. They're not just for babies. What? But I'm not a baby. Oh, yes, you are. Some people say quit being a baby. Well, I say keep being a baby or start being a baby. Here's what I mean by that. Baby steps, right? Progressions. Baby gets up, it crawls before it can walk. It walks before it can run, right? And whether it's fitness, getting into a workout program, whether it's learning a new skill or doing something that you've never done before, it all starts with baby steps. You build a foundation, you get stronger or better at something, and then you add another layer, and you add another layer, right? I think it's true in the world of mathematics as they call it. I was always horrible at math. Side note, I always have a running dad joke that I've been using since before I was a dad, and I still had a dad. Death joke. But oh boy, I'm gonna have to go see my doctor and up my medication again. But seriously though, that's awkward. It's not true. I'm clean and of sound mind. At least I think so, which everybody does, I guess. But random loss of thought. But it'll come back because I've been working on trying to strengthen my short-term memory by thinking harder, right? Maybe there's baby steps for that. But you start off with the baby steps, and every good teacher knows how to add a layer on a layer. Oh, math, right? Math. I always said I was not a mathematician, that I was a math magician, because I had a really bad habit of never being able to show my work. Now, I would get the right answers, but I didn't know how I got there. I couldn't show my work, right? I did it somehow, either in my head or I could not color inside the lines. I couldn't take direction. Just like when you have directions or instructions for like putting together some type of piece of furniture or something that comes in a box, right? And it's got all these steps and it shows you all the ways to put it together. Follow this step, follow that step. Well, I would start off that way because I know it's one of my weaknesses is not following exact directions or a protocol or whatever. But because then as I start to get into it, it starts to make sense in my head. And I go, oh, I know how to do this. Or I'll just look at it and I'll see like the overview of all the parts and go, yeah. And I'll look at the picture and go, yeah, I can put it together. And sure enough, I have extra screws at the end. You guys know what I'm talking about. Something that is relatively simplistic, at least you think it is. And it would have been even simpler if you just followed the damn directions. So that's always something that I'm working on in myself. And those directions serve as the baby steps. I've got a client who's been on with me, not a standing appointment, but one of those clients who uses me more as a consultant. And he'll come and see me probably every 3 to 6 months. And then sometimes if he's in a real good place with his fitness, or the program that I had last designed for him was effective, then he'll go maybe a year. And then, we'll see each other. He'll book an appointment, give me an update about how his body's feeling, any new injuries. And we take a very holistic approach. I think mostly because we're both very personable and open. So I'd consider him a friend for sure. And so he'll give me the update on everything that's going on in his life. And it helps me to, even if he wasn't my friend, or I didn't, see him that way in my life, it gives me more perspective into how to put together his next program. As silly as it sounds, it's not like there's this exact cookie cutter, black and white way to design fitness programs. Some people might think there is, or to make it easier for them, they will follow systems. Now, there's certain aspects of fitness that are, principles, but the methods, as Alan Cosgrove, a great trainer in California, and a real pioneer in fat loss training and metabolic training back in the early 2000s, would say that methods are many, but principles are few. So if you know the principles, you can play with the methods and get a desirable outcome. So, even with regard to that, with this client, if he has a nagging injury, I will build him back up with progressions for that specific issue that he's having. That's a burp. Take note, girlfriend. So that we can build him up stronger and make him a little more durable so he doesn't have the same problem again. And if you're in a relationship, so to speak, or as an example, you have, let's say you had bad habits or something where you have an issue, or your mate has an issue with you, it's like just changing something. It sounds nice, but getting to the root of why you might react the way you do, or why you have a bad habit, is really critical for you to make permanent change, so that it doesn't become an issue again in your relationship. So, at the end of the day, baby steps. There's a client I had years ago who came to me for fat loss. He was really unhealthy, white collar, very sedentary because of his job, and he needed to lose about 30 pounds. And he would start off his day by going to the gas station, whether he needed gas or not, and he would get I think it was a 64-ounce cola, and he would get another one at his lunch break. So he was drinking 128 ounces of some type of soda pop, or as we say in Michigan, pop. And I looked at all the sugar that he's consuming there, and I was like, well, if we just, cut this down, you're going to start to lose weight because of the absence of that sugar. So he's like, well, I thought I should just cut it out altogether. I'm like, no, it's a baby step, right? I said, go to, instead of having 2 of those 64 ounces, have 1, or have 1.5 even. Do that for a week, cut it down another 12 or 24 ounces, whatever it is. And then by the end of like a month, he might be on 1 8-ounce cola a day, And so he took those baby steps and he still lost weight, and it made it easier for him to continue to take the baby steps because it wasn't so painful. So baby steps will always get you to where you want to go, and you just have to learn patience and trusting in a process to get there, because it's a long game. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's a good thing because you need those baby steps to make it really last. All right, guys. Like, share, subscribe. Hope you enjoyed the tip. I'll talk to you again soon.